This is my McLaren and it's been crashed 4 times.
And I've took the risky decision to try and save this car. And it's not going to be cheap or easy, because when I found this car on Copart salvage auction, we also found out that it had been crashed 3 times previously.
And in the last video we stripped all of the body panels off it to try and inspect the carbon tub to see if that's been damaged, because if it was, then this project might not be repairable. But on first glance, this looks like it'll be okay.
And even the panels which looked in good condition turned out to be damaged.
Oh no, it is broken.
And to make this an even more stupid investment, this car has been used previously by a track experience company, meaning we're not only trying to repair the previous 4 accidents, but also years of neglect from being hammered around track. And even though on first inspection the carbon fibre tub on this car looks okay, we've got some more inspection to do before we can go ahead with this project.
And because we want to double, triple check that this tub is alright, we need to take this engine out. And well, it's not going to be easy because all of the framework that surrounds it is completely snapped, but we've got no choice. So let's give it a go.
And the first thing that we need to take off is the exhaust.
Ta-da!
Safe to say we need a new exhaust.
And then working from the back of the car forward, taking off all of the wiring and anything which is going to get in the way of getting this engine out.
There we go.
Whew.
Right, so we're trying to strip off everything around the engine to expose how it's mounted to the car. We can make sure everything's disconnected, so when we do drop it out, it comes out without damaging anything else. Now, I'm taking off the airboxes at the moment, and it doesn't seem like the screws have been out in a long time, so I'm going to be very interested to see.
Oh, they're wrong.
Yeah, they're not looking good. I mean, I've seen worse, but I've seen better.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, it's pretty caked. It's nasty.
Now that we've got those off, the next thing we want to try and get off is the downpipes. But with the driver's side of the frame being so bent, it's making getting that one out really difficult. But we have a plan, so we're going to carry on stripping off some more parts and come back to that. So whilst I removed the rad pack, Mickey worked on removing the charge cooler for that side.
He's only gone and got it. Oh, there's oil everywhere. Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That
oil shouldn't be in there, should it?
No, I don't.
Now,
I believe this is a charge cooler, and it is full of oil. I don't know how much more is in there. Oh, I was disappointed. It literally poured out, didn't it? That's not a good sign.
But in the grand scheme of things, the oil which came out of that charge cooler is only a small amount of the oil which is in completely the wrong place in this engine. But now it's off with the rad pack on the passenger side. And also the charge cooler for that side as well. Which then on the passenger side gave us enough room to remove the downpipe.
Yeah.
Yes! Right, we have our concerns about this bank because we spotted up at this end, there isn't a lot of like visible carbon buildup or anything like that. And on this end, it looks worryingly white. Now white in these areas is a sign of an engine running lean, which is not good, because then that can also mean it goes kabang. It may mean that our engine's not that great. We're stuck getting this bit of exhaust out because this frame rail is pushed over and down a bit, and it's making our life a lot more difficult. So the only right thing to do is get my chopper out, and I'm going to try and cut through this bit of frame, hopefully get enough room then to, if I can chop a section out, bring that bit of exhaust out, and we're one step closer to getting this engine out. Thank you.
Yeah.
Still can't get it out.
So the next thing we tried to get that section of exhaust out is using a porta power to stretch the frame back to roughly where it should be, which then would hopefully give us enough room to remove it. Unfortunately, this didn't work either, so we had to cut even more out.
Wow.
That was a lot of faff, wasn't it?
Yeah, but because it's so crunched in, everything's wedged up against everything, we had no option but to do that. The engine was never coming out otherwise.
This one doesn't look so white, but we have got another problem with this one. Excuse the bits of metal, but we have a lot of oil in this turbo. Not loads of play, but it's definitely not going to be in full health either.
So after a lot of graft, we finally got that downpipe out, and now the next thing that we want to do is remove the complete passenger side rear suspension so we can get the drive shaft out of both sides, which will then give us enough clearance for the gearbox to drop out. But now with everything removed, including the extremely complicated shock absorber, which I'm not looking forward to sorting out, now we can try and remove the drive shaft. But even this wasn't easy because of the way that the engine was tilted over to one side slightly, meant that the cup was hitting on the frame. So it took a lot of jigging to get this out.
Really? Yep.
Done it?
Yep, set.
Yes. Whew, finally. Respect. Right, there's a very awkward pipe up here, up the back of the engine, between there and kind of the bulkhead. What I've got to do,
It's a coolant pipe, isn't it?
here's a coolant pipe. We've got to get the clamp off, which I've done with this little gizmo here.
I like that gadget.
It's good, isn't it? And then I'm using a pry bar just to push it off, but let's see if I can do it. Next thing to come off is one of the oil pipes, so it is, where is it? Here and up here. We need to take it off so the engine can come out, so otherwise it's going to get in the way. Oh, it wasn't a bad shot. Could have. Right, let's get the other ones.
So now we have both the pipes from the oil tank to the engine removed. We can now remove the rear anti-roll bar and we're one step closer to getting this out. Now this is probably one of the biggest jobs I've tackled on a very complex car, and it's not going to be easy getting it back together right, so it's important we stay organised and try and remember where everything goes and take as many photos along the way, because the last thing I want to do is not be able to put this engine back in once this car's repaired. But now we think we have everything removed in order to be able to unbolt the lower frame and lower the engine away from the body. So we need to reposition the ramps away from where they were mounted previously to somewhere else on the body so we can unbolt the lower frame.
Should we keep it about this height?
Yeah, we're done here. Get it.
So now we can position the lower frame that the engine's mounted on onto axle stands so we can separate that and the body.
Into the things, fuel,
Yeah.
disconnected.
Yeah.
Coolant,
Disconnected.
disconnected. Oil is disconnected. Aircon, disconnected.
Power's disconnected.
I think we're ready. I think we're there. We'll see. I'm sure we're going to break something in this process, but that's just how it goes. Got to break some eggs.
And hopefully, if there's anything still attached, we'll be able to.
Yeah, hopefully as it comes up, we'll make a bit more room back here. We'll be able to.
And now I can start to unbolt that frame.
Right, we need to disconnect firstly the mount for the gearbox, which goes all the way through here. So 21, there's a nut the other side, which isn't going to be the easiest to get to because of the way the frame's twisted. So we're going to hope that by going on here, it will wind out. But we'll find out in just a second.
What's happening, geezer?
You alright? Oh, you're a fighter, that's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, ain't bent though.
Is it not?
No.
Yeah. She'll go again.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't chop it.
No.
So now the main frame mounts are removed and the gearbox mount bolts removed, we should be able to start raising the car. But inevitably there's some bits which we missed, so we had to get those off whilst we had that little bit of extra room in the engine bay.
That's better, isn't it? There we go, got it.
Go on. Go on.
That's not how I anticipated that to come out.
Let's return.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it probably just pops into a rubber.
That doesn't look like it's popped in, that looks like it's snapped off.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Right, stop there. That's the only one I can see this side though. We're close. As you can tell, it's pretty much out. Stop. We're good. Keep going.
That, my sir, is engine out.
That is engine out.
Yeah! Mate.
That was some graft, that.
That was. She's out though.
So there we have one Mclaren 650S engine completely removed, and if that's not worth a subscribe, I don't know what is. Right, so we can see this engine's not perfect. Getting this running well is going to be no small feat, the same as running a business. From managing inventory to customer relations and even payroll, the tasks just keep piling up. But what if there's a smarter way to handle it? That is where Odoo comes into play. Odoo is an all-in-one business management platform which is transforming how businesses work. You get access to 45 different apps tailored to your business's needs. Build a stunning online presence with the website builder. Streamline transactions and customer relations with a point-of-sales app. Simplify your billing process with invoicing, or plan unforgettable experiences with events. Gone are the days of juggling multiple software solutions. Intuitive design means you spend less time on admin and more time on growing your business. It scales as your business grows, so whether you're a small startup or a global enterprise. Your first app is completely free, and best of all, a free domain for the first year. Odoo doesn't break the bank, it's affordable, transparent, it's designed with flexibility in mind. So why wait? Join millions of businesses which trust Odoo to simplify their operations. Check Odoo out using the link in the description.
Engine is out, as you can see, and well, we still don't know the condition of this engine really. This car's been on its roof, and we know that because we've had not only the company get in touch with us who previously owned it, with some photos of it, which I'll put on screen right now. We don't actually know the condition of it. It looks rubbish, but we can check how bad it is on the surface of things anyway, because we're going to pop the coil packs out. There we go. Is that oil on the end of that? That is a bit of oil. And then we can pop the spark plugs out. We can have a nose inside to see how much nasty gunky stuff there is, and then we can try and see if this engine's going to turn over by hand. If it does, not so bad. If it doesn't, this could get expensive.
This could get very expensive. How would you even change these spark plugs in the car?
Difficulty. There's difficulty. Oh, you know when the socket's soaked, Mickey, it's not looking good.
Oh, mate.
Oh dear.
I knew it'd gone on the truck. Oh no.
It's not good.
It's not looking
It's not good.
She's full of oil. It's a good job that you didn't even try and start this, because it would have actually killed kaput the engine. The amount of oil in the cylinders, that's all the oil's gone, filled the cylinders up, I'm for sure.
We haven't tried to start it, but we
No.
don't know if they have. That's what's worrying.
We might have a really busted engine here, mate.
We could have some very bent rods.
Yeah.
Number 3, here we go.
Oil.
Soaking.
Oh.
That one's better.
Oh.
Not as bad. Look.
I think that might just be the oil off the socket on it.
Yeah.
Can I check my side?
Of course you can.
Cheers.
It's alright.
Are you ready for the reveal? Oh no.
That is swimming.
That is look at driven. Really long spark plugs, are they special?
No idea. Not as special as you.
No.
Oh, I'd like to open it.
Oh. Guess what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought you'd seen that earlier.
Spot a dribble of oil, I didn't spot all that. That one's drenched as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. That side's worse.
I know.
Which side did it go up on? It was on... Oh, it was on that side, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's soaking.
Look, it's dripping. It's
It's not getting better.
not getting better, is it?
It's not. You know it's going to be bad.
My money's on the soaking. Oh no!
Oh, is that... Unless it's got water.
That looks quite dry.
No, it is quite dry, yeah, that one's not too bad. It was the same actually with that one wasn't too bad. I mean, none of them look great, let's be honest, but it's time to see whether this engine turns over or not. Oh! Oh, she's burbling.
Yeah, it's full of oil.
But,
No, that turns.
yeah. No bent rod. Which is nice.
Go on, Mickey.
Oh!
No, your pots are just
There's
stuck with
definitely some
oil.
oil in there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, look. But it's full of oil, but no bent rod.
Win.
It's not.
Let's start. Super. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, yeah. Right, shall we put the plugs back in?
Yep.
So it's sealed, even if it is a mess. Plug back in. That's so mad. We are in trouble. We are in trouble.
Oh, did you hear it?
So full. These are going in nice.
Yeah.
The threads are clean.
I'll just put that in.
Right, we're just putting the spark plugs back in so nothing else gets in there, because otherwise we could end up with another reason for it to blow up. But we've got something more planned for this engine, because it's obviously not had the easiest life, and this whole scenario isn't going to do it any good. So, first thing we need to do, take these turbos off. That's what we need to do.
And the first step to that is removing the heat shields that surround them.
Here's why we want to do something with the turbos. Not only are they like crucial to the car making good power and running healthily, but they can also cause a whole lot of problems if they're not perfect. So if you have bad turbo seals, they can let oil through. You can start burning oil, you can have smoke coming out the exhaust, which is going to look ridiculous coming out the back of a Mclaren. So we want to make sure that these are good. Let's bear in mind these are 10-year-old turbos now, so there's definitely some more modern technology which can be put inside here to make us make more power.
Then before these can come off, the coolant and the oil feeds have got to be removed.
If you can't see that, that is half a finger's, just half a finger down from the actual where the inlet goes on. It's just a bath of oil. Nice.
Then we can start looking at cracking off the 4 turbo bolts which mount the turbo to the manifold, but as always, because these go through so many heat cycles, they're not easy to get off. But with a bit of heat and a bit of persuasion, we finally get there in the end and get them cracked off.
Yours is a bit fuller.
Oh!
Oh no.
That's the inlet on the turbo. Wow.
Jesus.
Has anyone else ever seen a turbo like that? Because I ain't. Ooh. Oh, wait. Oh.
I've got the same as you, dude.
No!
It's done away.
I've lost the T30 in the oil. That is one minging turbo.
Whoa.
It's just going to be this and then. I think we need to give them a clean up because we need to package them. And then we're going to send these to Litco. If you remember Litco from previous videos I've done, they hybridised the turbos on my XRM, which now makes like 800 and something horsepower. So we're going to revamp, modernise, improve and beastify these turbos as well with them. So we're going to get cleaned up, packaged off and sent down to Dan. Mickey, you ever seen this? It didn't quite work. I was supposed to hang on to it and clean the turbos off.
I'm right.
It's alright, most of it's on my trousers.
I bet that looks mad on camera.
Right, I'm standing further back this time.
Do it again. Yeah, boy, I like it. That's the modern method.
See, I'm old school, you're new school.
There we go, look brand new now.
They do look pretty cool.
And now we finally have the engine out, it's time to remove the inlet manifold because that doesn't need to go where the engine's going. So after we've removed all of the bolts and all of the pipes holding it down, we can get that off.
No. Do you wanna?
Yeah, I'll take all the credit.
For the film. Ta-da!
Great. Right, I think we've stripped off everything we need to get this engine sent off. We're gonna have it rebuilt because we don't know the history of it. We don't know anything. We know it turns over, but I wanna make sure when this goes back in the car, it ain't gonna come back out again. So, the more stuff we take off, the more stuff we've got to remember where it goes. So, fingers crossed, that is it. But, we're gonna load this onto a pallet, get it chucked into a van, and get it sent off to RE Performance.
So now the engine is as stripped down as it needs to be, we can get it loaded onto a pallet, loaded into the back of the van, and sent off with Mickey to its temporary new home. But now the engine is out of our hands and off for rebuild, so we can concentrate on getting the rest of the car back together, ready for when that's done, and the next part of that is going to be the roof.
Engine's off, turbos are off, it's on to the first new part for this project, and it's right here. So, we have A roof.
A roof.
Wow. Because obviously the old one's bent, it needs replacing, and then once we've got a new straight one on, we'll be able to see how our windscreen's lining up.
Because in the last video, Mickey was flexing his skills trying to show us how he could straighten out the bent windscreen surround. So he used the ramp to get that roughly back where it needed to be, but we had no reference points to go off. That's where this new roof comes into play. Because even though we got it measuring completely symmetrical, we still don't know how the roof is going to line up and whether we've got it right. So we need to install a new one, which is then going to give us an idea of how it's going to fit and how close or far away we are from getting it right. But a convertible roof at the best of times is a complicated system, let alone on a mid-engine supercar. So we want to make sure we don't damage anything when we're removing it, so when we get this new frame on, fingers crossed everything is going to work perfectly.
First thing we're going to do is get this pump off, which Mickey is doing right now, and he's actually done a bit of digging into how to doing this. So Mickey,
Yep.
what is next?
Right, we need to disconnect the hydraulic lines.
Okay.
There's some going to the latch at the back.
Okay.
And some going to the roof. So we only have to disconnect the latch once to the roof.
To the roof. Okay, that sounds good.
But there's a lot of wiring and plugs.
So it's going to be fiddly.
Yeah, very.
Always a fun job.
So now me and Mickey have removed all of the electrical connectors from the control box. We can remove all of the hydraulic lines from the pump too. Then it was a case of separating all of the bits which can stay on the car and all of the bits which go with the new section of roof. But we think we've got everything, so now it's time to try and remove it and see what we've missed. And there's always something. We've missed off the drain pipes and also some leads to the micro switches which are in the back.
Wheel clear, Ross?
Yep, everything looks good.
She's off.
The good news is though, that the new roof panel is exactly the same colour as the old one.
All we got to swap over is that front piece.
Literally, yeah.
Now reinstalling the new one should be as simple as taking off the old one, but we need to make sure that this is going to line up right. So there's a lot of adjustment in every single part of this roof, and we're hoping that when we bolt this on, it's not going to be a million miles away.
That's so much better in there.
Oh, how nice is that? And see that? That's brilliant.
Lining almost straight up with these. I'm missing a bit. No, it's straight. Oh, yes.
nice.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I feel we need to hold it there, put the other panel on, see how nice it slots down onto the roof.
I'm all for that, mate. I'm all for that.
It's all going to hydraulically push itself into place as well.
Yeah.
But as in,
you know what? That's really not far off, is it? It looks like symmetrical. Not too shabby, that, is it? Not too shabby. On a first fit as well. No adjustment, nothing.
See the roof's hot. That's it, look. Look how much better it goes in. And the rubber's not exactly the nicest. Come on, look at this one on this side. It's not bad. It's broken, but
yeah, so we've got a little bit of repair to do there.
this rubber's, I think we need new rubber.
Okay, I will look into that. If it's not £1 million, I'll treat us.
Oh,
But that, again, that gap, nice, tidy, saucy, and also, here's the big word, symmetrical.
symmetrical.
You've just certified yourself as the man!
The man. Roof fixing man.
Right.
Mate, how good is that?
I can't fault you, Mickey. You are a certified legend.
And that was well, we measured it, but it was a bit of a guess. We didn't know. Listen, once we get this panel in, I mean,
do a bit of finessing with the gaps, that sort of
there's
stuff.
loads of adjustments.
So much adjustment. Well, what do we think? I'd say that's a pretty big win. We're making some big moves on the McLaren and it's moving fast. But if you're enjoying these videos, make sure to like them. If you're not subscribed, what the hell are you playing at? Make sure you subscribe and I'll catch you next time.